Hi guys, so today I thought I would tell you about my emergency room visit and what exactly happened and why I needed to go to the emergency room, the costs, how was it. Stick around for that. Alright guys, so while I'm talking about it, I'm going to take you over to the hospital here in Bacolod of where I went, which is called Riverside Hospital. It's a private hospital. One of the best hospitals, or I guess the best hospital technically in Bacolod area. Alright, so the hospital is really just a few minutes from my condo. Anyway, right before I went to Africa, I actually had a cold, a little bit of a cough. Never completely, totally recovered from it. I still had a slight cough every once in a while. When I got to Malaysia, I still had a little bit of a cough. When I got to Africa, same thing. But when I came back, about 3 days later, I got really, really sick again. I mean, it was chest congestion, sore throat, cough, head pressure, sinus pressure. My lymph nodes in my neck swelled up. That's how bad it was. And so I was actually considering to go to the doctor at that point. And then like the next day I woke up and I started feeling a little bit better. And so I decided, well, I guess I'll just continue to rest and, you know, drink tea and soup and all of that kind of thing, take my vitamins. And I noticed a little spot on my face. It just, I just thought it was like a little pimple. I get an outbreak every once in a blue moon, not very often, but I do enjoy driving. I had missed getting out on my motorbike a little bit. Normally I take the little public buses. Anyway, this little pimple occurred on my face. And like later that night, another. And then another, the next morning I had another big spot on my face. And it was spreading and getting bigger and it wasn't healing. And I was like, what the heck is going on? This is not a pimple. This is not an outbreak. And I guess in my weakened immune system, I ended up getting a staph infection, which is not so uncommon. You know, staph actually is a bacteria that lives on your skin anyway. And when you are in your immune system is really weakened, and there's an entry point for it, like a pimple or something or whatever, IV or anything like that. It has an entry point, and that's what happened, and it just started spreading all over my face. And I had remembered when I was an Army medic, I had remembered seeing a case of it before, and it was kind of in the back of my mind still. So I kind of researched a little bit on Google, and it appeared to be the exact same thing that I had. Well, I have a friend who's a doctor back in the States. Shout out to Scott. He's a doctor of pathology and also internal medicine. And I sent him the photos and he confirmed what I thought. He's like, yep, you definitely got a staph infection. He's like, get to the hospital and get yourself a prescription. He wrote out exactly what I needed, which was an antibiotic ointment and an antibiotic, and told me how many milligrams, told me how many times per day, how long a week, you know, everything with the ointment and everything. And so I screenshot our conversation and went to the Riverside ER, which we are coming up on right now. This is the Riverside Hospital. You can see it on the left. And I'll actually even kind of go through into the emergency room area. And I was actually pretty impressed with it. It's a pretty good quality hospital, in my opinion. And I'm going to go over the cost and everything too. Okay. So this is it, and of course it's got all kinds of laboratories and pharmacies and everything all over around it. And I believe there's a college for medical students too. Let's try to squeeze in here. Emergency response unit. Try to get out of their way. So anyway, I went into the emergency room, and within a few minutes, they're already taking my vitals, which was very impressive because even in the US sometimes they're not that quick. Ambulance drop-off point here. Ambulance area. Okay. All right, so I went into this emergency room, got my vitals, everything within a few minutes, got sat in a room, and the doctor was there already within about 5 minutes. There's a pharmacy entrance here is where I went. And I told her, I said, well, this is what I think it is, and I confirmed it with the doctor in the US. I showed her the conversation. She took some pictures of my face, and she came back 15 minutes later, and she confirmed the same thing, and she gave me my prescription of exactly what my friend, my doctor friend in the US even told me. Here's the parking area for motorbikes. I'll do a U-ey. Like again, there's a school area here too. I think it's for nursing and doctors. I'm not sure. And grab my prescription from the pharmacy here at the hospital. And I was out of there. So within 90 minutes, really, I was out of the hospital in 90 minutes with my prescription in hand. Look at, this is one thing that annoys me is people don't let people cross in pedestrian crosswalks. It's like, let the poor people cross. You know, and people even park right in the middle of them, and I don't do that either. I simply wait. All right, so within 90 minutes, I was out of there with prescription in hand. The pharmacy's right here. And by the way, Riverside Bacolod Cancer Care Center they have here. Ambulatory Surgical Center. And so the cost was 1,265 pesos for the emergency room visit. The 2 prescriptions I needed cost 735 pesos. And that came out to exactly 2,000 pesos, which at today's exchange rate is 35 US dollars. Not bad at all. I mean, can you imagine in the US without any insurance going into the emergency room and getting an evaluation and a prescription for 35 US dollars? It's just not happening. I think we'll just end the video here. And so basically that's what I have. A staph infection. I'm already on my second day of antibiotic treatment. Already seeing it feel better. And so in 7 days I should be totally fine again. But yeah, that was my emergency room. Staph infections can be quite serious. So it was important that I got in right away and got on antibiotics. And I didn't want to be searching out some kind of a doctor to make an appointment and wait around. I just figured, let me get into the ER, get my prescription and get on it ASAP. And so that's what happened. That's the cost. All in all, I thought it was really good care. I was quite impressed. So imagine doing that in the US. Now, I still highly recommend having travel medical, especially if you're traveling, something major happens to you. If you're living here, then I would definitely recommend getting health insurance. But otherwise, for just basic stuff, it is just so cheap here. And depending where you're at, it can be very inexpensive and very efficient. And nobody here will let me across, of course, so I'll just have to sit here and block traffic. And you can see these pedestrians, nobody lets them across either. Oh, here's somebody nice enough to let me across. Thank you. Okay, I'm back at the condo. And that's where I'm going to end the video. So I appreciate you guys taking a drive with me today. I'll see everyone on the next video.